Broncos country, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Hey, want to say hi to all the new subscribers? I need to get back to all your comments, but thank you so much. We're growing over here. So please consider hitting that like to help the algorithm, help this channel grow, and subscribe. We're on our way to world domination, 1,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? But want to say thank you for everybody who's discovered the channel. It's my joy to put out Broncos content for you every day. Okay. Now, this is something that I've wanted to get into for a little bit. Is the Sean Payton and George Payton pairing actually a long-term solution? Is this going to be a partnership that lasts a while? Is it kind of like a yin and a yang that helps balance each other out? I'm going to get into that, and I definitely want to know your thoughts on this. But right now, I'm reading Phil Jackson's 11 Rings and kind of hearing how he worked with Jerry Krause with the Bulls, building the Bulls dynasty. It is kind of reminded me in some ways that two very different individuals, but found common ground, and they were able to kind of help balance each other out, give and take, and it ended up leading towards six rings, 2 3-peats, a crazy amount of success in the NBA. And I've started to think maybe Sean Payton and George Payton, like this thing can work out long term. And kind of here's why. I think George Payton, when he was talking about the trade up for Troy Franklin, again, not giving away any future draft capital, but trading up, that and hearing him talk about how Sean really wanted this guy and he made it go happen, or he made it happen and go, or whatever, made me think that maybe George Payton is a better GM that is put in charge of kind of enacting or putting together, building somebody else's vision. Maybe George Payton isn't the guy as like a vision setter. You know what I'm saying? Because we've kind of still, I feel like, lacked some vision. Maybe some of this is hindsight, revisionist history. But Sean Payton obviously has a vision for how he wants his team to function, not only on offense, but on special teams as well as defense. And that's why one of the reasons I really like him as a head coach, because we've always had these head coaches as of late that only care about one aspect of football when there's 3 aspects. And it seems like George Payton and Sean Payton, they do enjoy each other. They're starting to make jokes with each other and stuff. I think it's, that's kind of funny and what I wasn't expecting. I did think that George Payton was probably just being kept around by Sean Payton as a fall guy, but now kind of seeing how they've interacted during these press conferences around the draft, I'm really starting to believe that maybe this is a pairing where both sides, both individuals are better off like working together. Like the sum of the individual parts is greater than what they are individually, if that makes sense. Because again, Sean's a super aggressive guy wanting to go in free agency and push cap numbers down in future years historically, trade draft capital, move up, go get your guy. George Payton has more so been a guy that's wanted to trade down more so and accumulate picks and all of those things, maybe take a little bit measured of an approach. And I think you saw why I think a lot of us really like this draft was that it was kind of a good medium. Like we went and got guys. We did a little bit of moving in the draft on day 3, but we didn't give up any draft capital. We didn't trade away a franchise player like Patrick Surtain, anything like that. We like that balance approach. And I'm wondering too, sometimes when a scout, like a GM comes up through the ranks as a scout, sometimes I feel like they can get a little cute, with their draft picks, maybe reaching for some guys because it's like, oh man, I've seen this guy, I know this guy. And I think it was helpful for George Payton to kind of hear that from Sean Payton in regards to Troy Franklin. I want this guy, go get him. And George was able to figure out a way in which it kept the future draft capital intact. And they were able to go get a guy that Sean Payton was like, again, let's not overthink this. This is Bo Nix's number 1 target. Let's go do it. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Is this pairing a little bit more natural in like a yin and yang balance than maybe we initially anticipated, at least more than initially I had anticipated? I definitely want to know your thoughts on this. And I think it's something that continuity within an organization leads to long-term success. Okay. I'm a firm believer of that. So I think I'm starting to change my opinion. I don't think George Payton's around as a fall guy anymore, or at least I'm hoping that he's not. I'm hoping that this is going to be a symbiotic relationship in which they help balance each other out so that it can lead towards a greater result, a greater good, just like we saw with Jerry Krause and Phil Jackson. Different sport, but same principles. So, y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments. How do you read their relationship? I want to know that. Hey, tomorrow I'm doing another live stream at 7:30 ish with local Denver diehard fan Matt Titan. Be sure to tune into that tomorrow. Thanks again for all the support. And as always, y'all, go Broncos.